Welcome guys back. My name is Senki from Donquixote, and today we talk about a new leader coming into the meta. A lot of people say she's not meta, but I think she's one of the best free decks. We talk about Rebecca today. Rebecca is a new archetype leader coming out in OP04, and I want to show you guys why is blue the best color in the game for answers like Whitebeard, answers like Sorrow and Law. They're running around, stuff like that, and I think she's one of the best answers to the deck, and I'll show you guys why. But first, right, left, hit the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe, because we are on a new my way to 1,600 subscribers. Check it out, easily subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what deck would you see next. I upload a lot of OP04 and hyped about OP05 and OP06, and we go now into this nice, easy deck profile. Let's go. Okay guys, we are right now on the deck profile. So we have our leader Rebecca 5 live. For 1 Don, you can pay, if you have 6 or less hand cards, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck, reveal it, and add a Dressrosa type card into your handboard. It's pretty cool. Sometimes you have a Don open and you can attack with this leader. So you doing your search potential and having your answered cards versus your opponent matchups, what is pretty nice and pretty amazing, what helps you going on. Be playing 4 times Leo. You may rest your leader. If your leader has the Dressrosa type, you can kill up to one of your opponent's character with 1 cost or less, and then you trash 2 cards. We want a lot of trashing in this deck because we have trashing synergy with the trash. Right now only with Monkey D. Luffy, but in the next set's coming out into the new Rebecca 4 cost that you can add something back. What is pretty nice, what are more synergy with the deck. We playing as well 4 of the Gyats with a 2000 counter Leo, a 1000 counter, but on play you can up to one of your Dressrosa character can also attack during this turn. Sometimes you can swing then over something, what is pretty nice in the Law matchup, in the Sorrow matchup, and if you play Leo to get rid of something and then play Guts and play another Leo, then you can swing with both Leos of something like opponent's character that you want to get rid of. We have a search in our deck. For 1 cost, 1000 counter Rebecca. Look up top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Dressrosa type, and trash the rest of it. It's pretty nice with the leader ability to have some searcher. These are your 1-drops, what you want to play. You can always search first turn or play she, Rebecca. It's less, you want to go first. If you have the 7 Don, you want to spam out the Luffy, or the 5 Don to spam out the Zabo, what is pretty nice, and you need that 100%, as well as Leo is one of the best matchup for Laws. Then we playing only 3 of the Ideo, just a blocker, Dressrosa type, 1000 counter, but 2 cost 2000 blocker. It's pretty cool. Sometimes he gets popped or bottom deck or bounced. Stuff happens. One of the best MVP cards is Kyros. Kyros is so annoying because if this character would be KO, you might rest your leader or the Colosseum stage card. So if you have both, that's pretty amazing within an M play. If your leader is Rebecca, you can go up to your opponent's character with a cost of 1 or less, and then you trash 1 card from the top of your deck. And always you can swing with him. So if you want to playing out an early game, if you play versus like Zoro, do first turn hair ability or play Rebecca. Rebecca's better because you have a character on board who can answer the opponent's bot. If you swing at it, he needs to counter, and then you can play Kyros to pop it, so your opponent get rid of 1 hand card, and your opponent can get rid of it if she's not rested so easily. You have something as an answers matchup, and he's pretty annoying. If you play with the green, what is your worst matchup? You have a lot of problems versus blue. Then he gets a lot of deck bottom deck, but they have other stuff they want to bottleneck because this deck has very scary cards. What we're playing 4 time is for Tashigi. She's just to give your opponent -2 cost was the turn. You can do combos with Sunset Sekka, but it's too much right now to invest to play a 2k counter and then do something. If you're back behind, then you can do that. I did it sometimes as well. But in the end, Tashigi is just to throw away for 2k counter. What we're playing as well as a 2k counter, but then the blocker in our deck is Bartolomeo. Sometimes you want to throw him out for the counter potential, but he's a blocker as well. What you need to, you cannot edit right now. Next set you can, then you can throw him away more times, you can edit back with the Rebecca focus blocker, but right now we're playing 4 times as your blocker, what sometimes you need to play. As we play as well as our 4 times Obolus. Obolus is really cool because it's a 1000 counter, 5000 power, active main, give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 during this turn. And since if you're playing Zabo, if you're playing the Obolus and then you play your Zabo out and having like Barto on the board, then you can use the effect. He cannot be popped by effects by the Zabo, is prevented for that. Then you trash 2 cards and give -4 something, and then you can play Leo and kill something with 5 cost or less. What is good, so you can clear 9 cost character as well. 10 cost is a little bit hard with this deck, but Obolus is a pretty good card. Sometimes you don't want to swing with him because he's so important only if you can counter it or have blocker on board, but then you need to waste the blocker sometimes to defend it. So Obolus is just a character on board. With Kuros can swing, Obolus can swing if you have a blocker on board. You can just chill if you have enough of your trash, if you find the King Kong Gang and the Ruffy. What's pretty nice about this deck. Then we're playing 4 times Sabo. Sabo is a 5 cost 6000 blocker. On play you can draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards, and when this card is played, none of your characters cannot be killed by effects until the end of your opponent's turn. This is generic, it's not only for Dressrosa, so get your hands on this cards, because in the next set the Akainu deck this card will be played as well. What I'm pretty hyped about, because Akainu is a pretty nice and strong deck compared to the Meta and OP05 in Japan, so I would recognize playing it because it's pretty important in the deck, having more blocker, more draw potential to drawing you out and stuff like that into your matchups. Then one of the most key cards to win the game is Monkey D. Luffy, Gear 4. It is 7 cost 7000. This character can also take characters active. So if you have your Guts or your Colosseum out, you can swing again with it. And what is pretty cool, active main, once per turn you might return 7 cards from your trash to the bottom and any order to your deck. So you put 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck, and this character is also active. But if you swing again, then you need to think about that like the Magus in the anime. He cannot attack, so he's be rested for 1 turn, and then after the 1 turn you can attack twice again. So sometimes you swing 1 at a time, restand him, and then chill. And if you swing 2 times, you only make this if you have your King Kong gun in the combo to throw your opponent away, giving him a lot of pressure. So he's discarding a lot of cards in the mid and early game from Kuros, and you clearing out something and have a lot of potential to search something. Sometimes you have problems to playing out for 7, so you need to prepare to play something else, take sometimes a life, and then play Luffy with your Zabu and another blocker on board, and you have a little bit more protection for it, because your opponent will red knock this, will minus it, and then Sunshine Sekai it, what is pretty nice and amazing about 7 costs, yay. But that's for the Monkey D. Luffy. Then we're playing 3000 words, and the Sekai is the Japanese version, but 3000 words, I mean, all the time. You can place a 5 cost or less. If you swing with Kuros and hit this, you're crying as well if you play the Sabo out, because then you swing first with Kuros and then play the Sabo out, just to mention. It does not happen to you. But your opponents always do your Obolus or do your Sabo with this card, because blue is broken. We play 2 Turano Bostado. You can choose up one of your opponent's character focus less than KO. If you have 15 cards in your trash, you can choose 6 cost instead of a 4 cost. The trigger, you can KO up to, you can rest the leader, and then I can KO up something with 5 cost or less. So you have 4, 6, and 5 costs what you can clear. It is okay for some matchups. Not quite versus Rebecca, but if you're playing Zabo versus you, and you can activate it. So, but versus other matchups is pretty nice. To clear blocker is pretty nice, and clearing 6 costs is as well good with screen and stuff like that. the 5-cost blocker. You have a lot of options with this card. What this makes this card pretty amazing. We're playing 3 of the King Kong gun. Main up to one of your Dressrosa character, gain 6000 power during this turn, and if you have 15 cards in your trash, then you gain double attack. And the trigger is draw 3, discard 2. Sometimes the trigger you want, but you want this as well, and you need to focusing on how much you're discarding and having in your grave. You want to have 4, yes, but you want to have a lot of 2 drops, blocker, and more consistency in your deck. That's the reason why we're playing this ratio. And then as well, we're playing 3 of the Colosseum. If you do the Dressrosa type, your character can attack active character this turn as they played. So this deck is pretty insane and pretty good. You have a very good matchup with Whitebeard, because only Whitebeard you need to play blocker out, get rid of his stuff, his 4-cost stuff. You have a lot of answers to pop or bounce, bottom deck them or destroy them, and then in the end you play Ruffy and swing 2 times. This is the same as if you're having Lucio on board, swing with 15 and then need to navigate how much I can counter board 15. Now you can swing 2 times with 13. Maybe if you have Ruffy and then you're 7 down out, you can play 2 times, swing 2 times with 15. Depends on what the boards they are. Versus Law, maybe you saw that the regionals, this deck destroyed the Law. Sadly, it lose versus a lot of blue matchups as well, because bottom deck bouncing is a lot of pressure, because you need to have your characters on board and then do stuff. And if the opponent get rid of it, then you have a problem, because you can answer your opponent's board and search and being on the late game better, but not quite as they bounce something back and you can clear it. Then they got overhand you and you lose. I tested out with Queen 2 times. One time he didn't say a 9-drop, then I can go brr, and the other times he saw everything and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can go buy it. Like, and that's the problem about Rebecca right now. But having good matchups versus Law versus Zoro is a little bit hard, depends on how much aggressive you play and what your hand is, and versus you have a good matchup versus Law and Whitebeard. And this depends on, because a lot of players play this in this meta right now, these decks, and you want to navigate to win, to have more of your opponent's matchup wins, and mirror game is like cancer, sadly, with this deck. It's a little bit hard to navigate, but yeah. Okay, guys, this was the Rebecca deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I talked a lot about matchups. Maybe you enjoyed having this as an information. I hope you guys liked the video. Tell me about what ratio do you play, or what deck do you play at the OP04 Meta. What do you think about Rebecca? Thank you guys for watching as always. Stay healthy and good luck finding the One Piece. Bye.